For small business owner Mark Dawson, the pandemic that is pushing the entire country to seek shelter is threatening his home building company. A few weeks ago, he applied for the federal Paycheck Protection Program, part of the emergency stimulus program passed by Congress, hoping to get needed funds to keep his employees on the books.
The form itself is a one-pager. It should be easy. But behind the form, there is usually guidance given to the banks that are giving the loans. And in this situation, the federal government utterly failed to provide any coherent guidance. As a result, it took us about 3 days before we were able to submit. And then ultimately, the program ran out of funds, so we got nothing out of the program.
He co-owns Dawson Lupul Builders, a home construction company in Austin, Texas. Mark Dawson is my dad, and I've been able to witness firsthand the new and alarming stresses that small business owners are facing due to the coronavirus pandemic.
When I was seeing the articles in February, we had two properties coming to market.
Both houses got contracts, but there's a waiting period, and nothing is really guaranteed until the sale closes.
I'm getting really, really nervous, and I'm spending a lot of time every day just reading news articles and just trying to calm myself down that these things are going to close. Because at this point, it's not only a matter of them not closing, it's the realization that I probably will not be able to sell these properties to anyone else until this pandemic passes. Well, thankfully, both of these properties did close. For my particular business, we were extraordinarily lucky on the timing of this virus.
Though he feels lucky for now, the future still looms uncertain. Besides his home building company, he owns several rental properties throughout Austin.
Thankfully, all of my tenants paid in full at the beginning of April. I think we will start to see some missed payments in the month of May.
If tenants can't pay rent, he's not sure what he will do.
I have 11 rental properties. So whereas one tenant has difficult paying the rent in one house, if all of them do not pay, then I as a single individual are responsible for paying the monthly expenses for 11 homes. That would be impossible. I wouldn't last a month.
And houses require constant maintenance.
When I receive a phone call from the tenant to fix the air conditioner, I have to fix the air conditioner. I have to pay other maintenance costs. Property taxes at the end of the year are enormous. The funds to pay all of those things come from the rent.
Without assistance from the federal government or any guarantee for the future, he is mentally preparing for the next year as the pandemic plays out across the globe.
We are all flying blind. Preserving life is the most important. And if we can strike a balance there and get through this relatively quickly, then I think we will have dodged a bullet.
As a small business owner, he prides himself on resilience.
My business is very, very unique in that it is a series of challenges and problems that have to get solved many times through force of will. Most people that succeed in small business have to have an attitude of that there's no such thing as no. There's just a temporary roadblock that you have to keep pushing until you get a yes.
And Dawson Lupul Builders is pushing ahead. A home they've been working on for the past year is almost ready to go on the market.
People are still moving to Austin in the middle of this pandemic, and they have to have a place to live. So I'm optimistic that it will sell. If it does, my gosh, then I'll feel like the luckiest person alive.
He knows the importance of finding the good in uncertain times.
I am so appreciative of the extra time that I do seem to have now. Normally, as a small business owner, I'm always thinking about work. And if I'm not working, I'm feeling guilty that I let a productive hour that I could have made an additional $1 get wasted. But I don't feel that way now. I feel blessed to be in that position, I will tell you. The biggest silver lining for me has been time getting to spend with my family, especially my children.
After all, there really is no place like home. For NYU Tonight, this is Casey Dawson.